Alright, so today's video is using a controller in Sky. As you can see, I have a controller, and this is a SteelSeries Nimbus. You can also use a DualShock 4 or a Xbox controller with iOS 13. However you can connect it to Bluetooth is how you connect it to Bluetooth. With this one, it's a matter of turning it on and then touching there's a Bluetooth button here, press and hold until it blinks. With the DualShock 4, it's the option, which is up here, and the power, or that home button, whatever that is on the round button in the middle on the DS4. I don't have mine handy. That's how you press and hold both of those buttons, and it will eventually be available to pair in your Bluetooth settings. The trick with the DualShock 4 is you do have to have it, possibly have to have it unpaired from your PS4 before it will pair with another device. And I don't know if that's true with Xbox, but if you have trouble, that may be something you try, is to unpair it or make the other device forget it so that it's available to pair. And that's the only trick I discovered with the DualShock 4. I had to actually turn my PS4 on and unlink it to the PS4. So I'm just going to go through the buttons, and it's pretty straightforward. This is your moving around, so it's just like Journey, really. I mean, there aren't many controls for it. There aren't any controls for it, so what you see is what you get. The one thing is, you can see it still says I'm in one-handed mode, but connecting to the controller immediately changes you to two-handed mode. So the game will react as if I'm in two-handed mode if I try to touch the screen. That's one thing to remember, because it will throw you off if you're used to using one-handed and you have the controller set, then you go to do something on the screen. It is not one-handed mode. So just be aware of that. It's a little bit weird, because I catch myself all the time trying to touch the screen going, why isn't it doing what I want it to do? That's why. So anyway, left stick is running around. Everything else. Right stick is camera. Like I said, there's no settings whatsoever, so what you see is what you get. It's default. So if you like your camera to go the other way, for this, it's camera pans up if I press up, pans down if I press down. I know a lot of people like it the opposite. There is no way to change it at this time. There are still some things you do have to touch the screen for, like screen captures. You still have to touch the screen to take a screen capture. And a few other things, but most things are at your fingertips. Tapping on friends, buttons, and things like that, if there's a lot on the screen, it can be very hard to catch just what you want. So I don't have any candles to light here, but if you walk around, you'll run into things that you can tap on. So you see how you can tap on the cape. So to tap, it's the X button, and then you can select things using the arrow keys on the left, and then you would tap X again to change, to select that item. This middle button brings up your gear menu. That's the same menu as you would get if you did this. So there's your menu here. Still don't know what that inbox is for. Account, support, graphics, invite. So you can still do things there. The Y button, or the I guess it would be the triangle button on the DS4. The top button will bring up your remote menu, and you can select through. I don't have a whole lot on this account. This is my beta account, and again, you can select it, whatever you want to do with the X button. Getting out of the field of view here, sorry. So the X button will get you whatever you want to do. The B button or the O button will take you out of the menu wherever you are. So the B or O button is also your tap to call. So you can tap quick, or you can tap and hold for big chirps. And just like everything else, in order to select, you can tap and hold. And to do an emote, to do anything else, tap and hold will get you to where you want to go. So this top button here on the L, I guess it would be L1, that will bring up your top, it's like tapping your top left corner, it will bring up your candles. It will also forge a candle if you have one to forge. It will also, if you click on it again, will bring up your candle shop so that you can buy candles if you want to. Obviously, I don't have that in beta. Right hand button doesn't do anything on the ground. A button will let you jump ahead. Okay, this button here, it's the trigger, the bottom trigger, so it would be L2. If you press it and then move, you get your hula hoop. Your flight, so this is the A button, the bottom button, is your flight also, so it lets you rise as well. Now, this is the really cool thing about the controller. Going from closed wing mode to open wing mode is this button right here. So, if I want to change modes, I just tap this button. It makes it very fluid to fly, extremely fluid to fly, and it's probably the nicest thing about having a controller is that wing mode button is right at your fingertip, literally at your fingertip. And flying around and landing on things, as long as you have control over the modes, is absolutely beautiful. If you don't have control over the modes, in other words, if it makes you be in open wing mode, then you have as little control as ever. But if you have the control to change it, you can change it on the fly like that. And then, of course, use your left stick to maneuver you wherever you want to go. Landing on things and landing where you want to go is really, really easy. So that's basically it. I mean, so like I said, the X button is your select. So this will let you go through. What you can do with it, like I said, is a little bit limited. I can move around here. It's a little bit tricky to go where I want to go. I don't usually use this, but I can actually go to friends, go in there, again using all that, you know. So it's a little bit cumbersome to do on the controller, but you can do it. Again, to get out of everything, you just hit this B button and get out of everything. So that's the controller in a nutshell. It is really pretty straightforward, and finding everything is pretty easy. The other controllers work the same. The buttons are labeled differently, but the end result is the same. I haven't noticed anything on a DualShock 4 that I can do that I can't do on this one. So that probably is true of the Xbox controller as well. I think the controller's ability was a little bit rushed in. So no, it's great, but I wonder if they can possibly add more features. I know for me, I would really love a screenshot feature on the controller, so I can screenshot on the fly rather than have to reach for my iPad as I do. But that's about the only thing that's really missing, other than settings to let you invert your Y, invert your X, invert both. Those sorts of things that a lot of people I know like to do when they're in a flying game, where they, you know, more like a flight simulator. Right. So I hope that helps anybody thinking about getting a controller. It's an awesome, with iOS 13, so many are compatible now, and Sky has the capability of using one, so enjoy.